Hello and welcome to the Bare Knuckle Casual. It's Friday, and like every other Friday, we here like to talk about bare knuckle. Before we go any further, I'd like to thank anyone who commented, liked, and shared my stuff. It means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. And unfortunately, sometimes I need to use notes just to keep myself on track here. Okay, make sure I'm saying the right things when I should be saying it. Okay. Um, But obviously, if we get more used to it, I'll be able to get rid of this. But yeah, plus the fighters that I get in touch with that allow me to make content for them. Now, being honest with you, I've been lazy last few days, last few weeks or something like that. So I haven't been getting in touch with too many of them. But I'm going to try and get a bit more into that now over the next week or so. Especially with you got the likes of Ben Bonner fight coming up, and a few this Newcastle card coming up, and especially the Italian card. That'll be a good card to make some videos for. You know what I mean? But so anyway, before we go any further, let's yeah, I'd say just like say I hope the players like making the videos for them. I hope it's beneficial. If it's not much I can do with that, but it's at least something. You know what I mean? It's something I like to do until I get to the stage where I'm doing interviews, which that is coming at some stage. Maybe with the English card, Newcastle card in England coming up, I might try maybe get in touch with them guys. Be easier for me in terms of time wise and something like that, or in the same time zone anyway. At least, you know. So we got plenty to talk about today. From the world of BKFC, including fan favourite Anthony Garrett, finally is getting a bit of recognition. He's been signed to a multi-fight deal apparently, so let's hope he gets into that squared circle pretty soon. Because if you haven't noticed, one of his last fights here in the background here on the television, and I tell you, I don't think he was fully fit for that fight at times. Like I just don't think he could have done an awful lot better than he said himself. But I'm telling you one thing, that was a serious fight and a good fight as well. You know what I mean? Each fighter got knocked down multiple times. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you, Anthony Garrett gets into that ring. I'm telling you, he is a guy that could propel the BKFC promotion into a new stratosphere, because he's like him a character. He's got a good persona. Warrior Christ, like who wouldn't like that? You know what I mean? Good looking guy, has a bit of a history. You know what I mean? Like us all, has a bit of history. You know what I mean? And people like that. You know what I mean? People like people that have experienced a bit of ups and downs. You know what I mean? And because we all experience that, and we like to see others. You know, we like to see people on TV experiencing difficult times, and we like to see how they deal with it. And it obviously gives us maybe guidance on how we can deal with our issues. You know what I'm saying? So so that's that. Conor McGregor making a major announcement regarding the BKFC and the Fox television network. Oh yeah, Danny Christy posting a serious amount of stuff for him the last few days, like you know, and yeah, so that's pretty much it. So we're going to go through all this now in the next few minutes. But before we do any of that, all right, just in case you haven't been here in a while, or maybe this is the first time you've been here, but we do here on this channel. Now, I was meant to like this before I started here, but so just give us a minute, will you? So before we talk about Anthony Garrett, before we talk about Conor McGregor, and actually in this video, this is the first video in a long time, we're going to start doing the bets. So we're going to do bets for the upcoming Nashville card. The first time BKFC has been in Nashville. So fair play to them, right? So Bro Fight MMA will be featuring this video as usual, like we did in the beginning. So I'm glad of that. So before we do any of that, you know what happens here. We try and get this white line on the first Irish stout down in the middle. Them two lines and that F. That's the way I do it. Alright? And I've got a nice level surface, so in case I'm thinking I'm cheating or whatever like that, you're just going to have to trust me in this one, okay? We're going to see how we get on. I think it's six good gulps from this will get us to splitting that F. Splitting the F on a Friday. What else would you be doing? You know what I mean? And talking about bare knuckle, you know? Oh, that's 6. I took six gulps of that. And way past it. But good stuff. Alright. I'm actually going to McGregor's restaurant tomorrow, so going to be picking up myself up more in this Forge Irish Stout, so looking forward to that. Alright. So Anthony Garrett officially signed a multi-fight deal with the BKFC, securing his future with the promotion for the foreseeable future. Anthony Garrett has become a fan favourite thanks to his exciting style, willingness to stand and trade, an all-action approach whenever he steps into the squared circle. Whether he's winning or losing, fans know they're getting an entertainment. His new contract is another sign that BKFC continues to invest in fighters who have built strong connections with their audience. This new contract is another sign that BKFC continues to invest in fighters who have built strong connections with their audience. Sometimes it's the fighters who consistently deliver action and connect with the fan base that become some of the most valuable assets to the roster. The question now becomes, what's next for Anthony Garrett? With a multi-fight deal secured, BKFC clearly see him as part of their future plans, and it'll be interesting to see whether they push him towards bigger opportunities and potentially title fights. Let me know down in the comments where you think Anthony fits into the current BKFC landscape. Who you like to see him fight. Now, okay, I know I'm reading this off on the... Personally, I think Anthony Garrett has the potential to be a huge star within the BKFC. So it'll be interesting to see now how they orchestrate that. Do they give him a few easy fights next to build him up a bit, or do they put him straight in on the fire or whatever like that? Parker Porter, I don't think that's going to be a fight that's going to be coming up for him. There's been talk about a fight with Bear Hill. You know what I mean? That'll be a good fight. That would definitely be a good fight. I think Bear Hill wants that fight as well. You know what I mean? But I would personally, I don't think it's a... Might be. I'm not sure if Andy Garrett would agree with it, but I think that guy, Samani, the Albanian psycho, for some reason, I think he would be a good fight. You know what I mean? And maybe Anthony Garrett might want a fight or two before that. But, yeah, that's something interesting. That would be something to work towards, I think. You know what I mean? I personally think that Anthony Garrett could definitely have a good fight against Andrew Lasky, I'll be honest with you. But maybe for his own profile or whatever, that'd be probably good to have a couple of fights before that. You know, build himself up there, build his, increase his fan base, whatever, so on and that. So, look, it's great to see Anthony Garrett. The sooner we get him in that squared circle, the better, because I'm telling you, it's been a long time waiting now, being honest with you. So, about time. So, thank God that is happening. Okay, thank you. And best luck, Anthony Garrett. I know you're going to do whatever you do, you're going to do really good at it, okay?
And we've a huge announcement coming.
Right here. No better time than now.
Is this live?
Of course, yes. We're always live, baby.
Bare Knuckle FC is with Fox.
Well, what do you think of that? Well, that's
We
true
signed
enough.
a deal with a big TV outfit.
Oh,
And we've a huge announcement coming.
right here. No better time than now.
Well, so like, look at, we always knew that. I was actually, in fairness, I was watching that interview with Erdogan. I was actually delighted he actually mentioned BKFC because, you know yourself, we weren't sure whether he would or not. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You'd be always wondering, is Conor McGregor, is he focused on BKFC or UFC? Now, I think it's probably 80% or say 60% UFC and then 40% BKFC. I think maybe McGregor, if let's say he defeats Max Holloway and maybe goes on a wee bit of a run there, you know, in the UFC, and then after he's finished that, then maybe he might go to BKFC. And I tell you, because it'd be worth his while to go back to BK, or it's that's free market, a Netflix type job, you know what I mean? But that's only if he wins it against Max. And he maybe lose against Max, he's still going to get, he's still probably one of the most popular fighters that's ever been, you know what I mean, at this stage, you know what I mean? So, you have to handle him for that. But, so now on to the story that generated plenty of discussion online. Conor McGregor recently stated, as in here in this video, that BKFC has signed a deal with Fox Television. Now, I don't know how, as in, when they've signed a deal with Fox Television, does that mean they're going to be showing fights on Fox Television? Or are they going to eventually show this Fight Club on Fox Television? You know what I mean? This Fight Club that's been talked about for a long time. It was meant to originally be in Philadelphia. And then I think there's even talk about being in the UK as well at one time. So, is that the show that's going to be on Fox? I don't know. But I can say that. I would say you probably might see BKFC on Fox in the next couple of weeks or something like that. But maybe the next couple of months, maybe between now and the end of the year, maybe there might be something going on there with Fox. And that would be huge boost to the BKFC. You know, so like obviously all these networks are trying to get combat sports onto their, you know, like say Netflix wants to get they already have WWE, but they want to get UFC or MMA type fights on there, and obviously Paramount want to get the UFC, and Fox may be looking to get Bare Knuckle, because Bare Knuckle wouldn't be cost as in the Fox, like the Bare Knuckle BKFC be quite happy for the Fox to take them on. You know what I mean? So that'll be good. It'll be good for everyone if that happens. You know what I mean? Fox remains one of the biggest broadcasting platforms in combat sports and mainstream television, and a partnership of that scale will significantly increase BKFC's visibility across the United States and internationally. However, there's an important point, as now BKFC have not officially confirmed what Conor McGregor is saying. You know what I mean? So we'll have to wait and see. You know what I mean? Unless Lexi David Fallon wants to wait until there's a big event on somewhere and then he's going to announce it himself or confirm what McGregor said. Let's hope that's the case. You know what I mean? Or let's hope Conor McGregor didn't jump the gun. You know what I mean? But so a little caution until the promotion itself releases the actual confirmation that it's actually going to happen. You know what I mean? So Conor McGregor is obviously heavily involved with BKFC and has become one of the most recognisable faces associated with the company. When he speaks, people listen. But until there's official confirmation from BKFC or Fox, we're still waiting to see exactly what form that potential deal might take. If such a partnership is announced officially, it could represent another major step in BKFC's rapid growth over recent years. The promotion has expanded internationally, signed bigger names and entered new markets, and continued to build its audience. A Fox partnership would certainly fit into that broader growth strategy. For now, though, we'll have to wait and see whether BKFC confirms or Conor McGregor has already put out on the public domain. Now, sorry, apologies for reading that, but you know what I mean? I write it out better than I talk about it, unfortunately, you know what I mean? But I have to say, you know, this like BKFC need, like I said, it would be beneficial. I would like BKFC to be dependent on a network. You know what I mean? I like the way BKFC is at the minute, that they have their own app, and people are paying into that, and that obviously, you know, generates enough revenue for them. But I suppose at the same time, the trouble with BKFC is that it's still in a bit of a bubble, or it's in a bit of a, it is definitely in a bubble. And there's no mainstream, there's no casuals being brought in any way. That's what, like, Darren Taylor's been brought in. It's trying to bring some people in, you know what I mean? So, just trying to bring extra people's eyes into the sport, you know what I mean? And like the Fox would be beneficial, to achieve that. So, let's just wait and see. Alright? Thank you for watching this part of the video. We'll move on to the next bit. Okay, so I'll probably do this video a bit differently than we normally used to. Normally we might turn around the camera and show stuff on the video, but I decided this time we might put stuff on the television. So this is Danny Christy. If you don't know, if you're interested in BKFC and you don't know about Danny Christy, well then you need to find out who Danny Christy is, because Danny Christy hasn't won a title, right? But I'm telling you, he's one of them guys you need to listen to, because he's got comes out some serious stuff, you know what I mean? I have to say. And I wrote a few things down here from BKFC fighter Danny Christy has been discussing the proposal. And that's one thing I like with the BKFC or BKFC fighters. I don't want to get political here around that, but at the same time, they do talk about freedom a lot. I know McGregor, he's involved in BKFC, hasn't fought there yet. Will do. I can guarantee you, if he does that run, does a good run if he does, I'm just thinking now, if he does a good run in the UFC, that's been hoping and wins the belt, and then he's stuck there, I suppose, isn't he? Or wins the belt and goes back to BKFC. Like, the BKFC is probably behind UFC. Well, RAF is doing pretty well in fairness now, but I think BKFC is definitely on the rise. Like, when it comes to Philadelphia, it fills out that stadium in Philadelphia all the fucking time. You know what I mean? And in terms of stadiums or venues, BKFC pretty much beat or on parallel with UFC in terms of attendance. You know what I mean? So, like I say, that Misfits event in Manchester last week was the arena has the potential to has 23,000 seats. Okay, so Misfits boxing, which was on a few weeks ago, which I enjoyed it. I know it's a bit of a joke and all that kind of thing, but in terms of entertainment value, I thought it was good. Okay, but so in terms of BKFC is on Manchester in September, and so BKFC need to get it needs to fill out that stadium to put themselves into that. Put them into, like, I know they're there. BKFC is there. BKFC has a serious following and so on like that, but seats matter. You know what I mean? If you're selling the seats, you're getting your promotion is going up in the stratosphere, up to the level of UFC and so on like that. Okay, so I'm only a small channel, but once the fighters that can introduce or get announced for that card, I'm going to do my best to make videos for them and hope to God create a bit of promotion, maybe to. I'm going to that event myself anyway, right? As a fan, right? But I would just like to see the BKFC to fill that stadium out to the max, and that's it. You know what I mean? And they can fucking do it. If there's the right bit of promotion, the right bit of a push. We don't know yet who's going to be headlining that card. Hopefully Darren Taylor's in there. If she's in there at some stage, that'll be good, you know what I mean? Pass on marks on that TV. I'm just obviously an ad in there, but yeah, but look it. I'm telling you, BKFC is on the rise big time. Okay, so it's just nice to see how it's progressing, you know. Anyway, we just talk about. I want to talk about Danny Christy because I like the way Danny Christy talks, and I said a minute ago about not getting into politics, but at the same time, a lot of people that are in the BKFC, they're real people. You know what I mean? They're not, you know, they're not mainstream. You know what I mean? Which is what I like. I like that shit. You know what I mean? I like the people that like that people in the BKFC are very realistic. You know, they're very. You know what I mean? They're not like, you know. But Danny Christie's here on about the digital ID that's coming into the UK, and in terms of if you're under 16, apparently you might be allowed to go on the internet, which I know there's a bit of a debate on that, whether young people should be allowed on the internet and so on that. There's people that use the iPads, or there's parents that use iPads or phones and stuff as a childminder, basically. So just, here, look, don't be annoying me. Here, take this phone and take this tablet and don't be fucking annoying me. Don't be talking to you. So because I have other stuff to do, because I'm probably on my own phone looking at other stuff myself anyway. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that's what I like with Danny Christie. Danny Christie hasn't won a title yet, and look, I know he's a big fight on in Italy now in a few weeks. And I tell you, that Italy card is going to be unfucking believable. I tell you that now, right? After being in Italy about, I was in Italy about twice in the last. But I went on a cruise there a few weeks ago, so it's Genoa. I was in Genoa and La Spezia, right? So, and then we were in Sieta, which is the port that you have to go to get to Rome and stuff like that. So there as well. So happy days. So you know what I mean. Loving that Italy. Love that place, man. I tell you, Rome a bit rough. Rome is a bit rough. Genoa is a bit rough, but La Spezia, I'm telling you, that is a place you need to go to. Nice fucking place. But anyway, so he's on about the social media restrictions ban coming in for under 16s. The topic has become increasingly controversial in the UK, with ongoing debates about online privacy, age verification, and role social media plays in young people's lives. Christy has shared his own views on the issues, adding his voice to the debate extends far beyond combat sports, regardless of where people stand politically or socially on the issue. It's certainly becoming a talking point across the country. It's interesting to see fighters using their platform to discuss subjects outside of fighting. And that's the thing with BKFC. There's no one telling them what they can say or not say. If you know what I mean. If you're a big enough profile, if you can promote yourself enough, you can be able to say what you want. You know what I mean? And I like that. I like the way, like, at the end of the day, unfortunately, it's up to the fighter themselves to promote themselves. You know what I mean? You know, which is unfortunate in some ways. Like, you know what I mean? If you're not into social media, if you're a fighter, if you're not into social media, whatever like that, and you know what I mean? But unfortunately, it's one of the things you just need to just do. You know what I mean? In order to build your profile and so on, that you just need to put stuff out. You know what I mean? On a regular basis. You know what I mean? So, so that's what I'm saying with Danny Christie, because he's coming up this BKFC fight in Italy. He's putting out these videos about him There's simple videos about him training. He's living in the caravan or whatever, and he's showing he's walking the beach and blah blah and so on like that. I'm going to this training session, going to that training session, and these are stuff that people are interested in, even not. You know what I mean? So it's something the fighters need to think about is to maybe document their journey in some ways, you know, and people like that. And it's worthwhile doing. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, no one else is going to do it for you. Unfortunately, you just have to do it yourself. You know, and yeah. So this whole in UK now, you can't apparently. It's coming in that you can't go on the internet under age 16. So, which is a bit, for all of a sudden they're worried about child safety. All of a sudden, worried about that. We're to worry about that. You know, there's been issues before that the government were actually worried about people child safety, but all of a sudden they want to worry about it now because maybe young people are watching stuff on the internet. Maybe they're finding out stuff that maybe they're finding out that maybe the government don't like you. You know what I mean? Maybe the government aren't as special as they make themselves out to be. You know what I mean? And a lot of young people are starting to figure out that you know, yeah. So now they want young people just to be cornered into a specific. They don't want them looking outside the box at all. They want them stay in school, watch your ITV, your BBC, and don't be looking at the internet that might be conflicting towards what's been said in those channels. Just, you know, yeah. So, but anyway, interesting to see how that works. But definitely, this whole social media ban is not a good thing. I know people abuse it, social media. It's always abused, but it's up to parents to deal with that. You know what I mean? It's not up to the government to deal with that. So yeah. This showing us. He's been showing us. Well, Alex Pereira's on there at the minute now. Sorry about that. He's been he's been on a bit of a pity party there at the minute. Fortunately, you know what I mean. Like, you know, look, he lost. That's it. He lost. That's it. Just move on. I mean, like Ilya Taporia lost to get Gaethje. Obviously, big upset there. Yeah, it was. But Ilya Taporia will probably be better for it. A loss is a good thing for a lot of people. It has to happen. You know what I mean? Better for everyone. You know what I mean? Like failure is good. Is good. It's good. It's good. It's good training. Failure is good training for a lot of things. You know what I mean? Simple as that. But anyway, look at. So that's the latest for the world of the BKFC, as far as I know. Anthony Garrett signs a new multi-fight deal contract. Well done, Anthony Garrett. Delighted for you, man. Conor McGregor claims BKFC has secured a Fox television deal. Let's hope that's true. Danny Christy continues to make headlines both for his views on his current UK issues and for documenting his preparations ahead of his upcoming fight in Italy. And Jimmy Sweeney's fighting that outside on that card as well. Another Irish man. Well, I know Danny Christie is English, but we all know there's Irish blood in there, and it's Irish, and Jimmy Sweeney is fucking Irish as well. So, pretty much, the closest we're going to get to two Irish lads fighting the BKFC at this stage, okay? So, we're taking that, right? But look, I'm going to turn this video around. We're going to do the bets for the next couple of upcoming fights for Nashville, alright? Thank you for watching this part. I know I droned on a bit, but thank you very much, alright? Hello and welcome. Unfortunately, I recorded this one already, and the sound didn't come out, which is pretty bloody unfortunate, so I had to do it all over again. So honestly, I'm going to do this one really, really quick. So in terms of my predictions, this is, by the way, is Bullfight MMA. Definitely, please check this guy out. Very good. Puts out good stuff. Especially when it comes up, when BKFC cards coming up. Gives an indication of who's going to win, who's going to lose. So I'm going to forward this on here onto the bits that I'm concerned with. So Yeah. So, Joby Steffensmeister. So, Robert Finch, Joby Steffensmeister. I'm going Joby Steffensmeister. And then obviously, both fights MMA went with the same guy. So, we move on to the next one. Yeah, so let me see this one here, right? So, Peyton Hayes and Jillian Valencia. I'm going Peyton Hayes. And I think
So
both fights MMA went for the same guy.
Give me him average confidence.
Yeah.
On the
All
next
right.
fight.
So let's move on to the next one.
Final free fight of the night.
I
Light heavyweight bout.
on this one.
20-year-old Zach Russ.
You got a
BKFC debut against 40-year-old Kelvin Rayford, who also is making his BKFC debut. Pretty
you got
sure
a 20-year
Kelvin Rayford's
difference in
coming
between
into
these
this
two
on short
guys.
notice.
You
Zach
know what I
Russ,
mean?
original opponent, bowed out, I believe. And just a wild tale of the tape looking at this one. Zach Russ, 6'7", basketball build, like 190.
I'm going for Calvin on this one.
Into his body, 20 years old, 6'7". I'm gonna go with that old man strength and experience on Kelvin Rayford's side. Hopefully his chin holds up. Like I said, Zach Russ doesn't have lights out power from what I can tell with him in his boxing bout. Also looks like he took a dive in that fight. Barely got clipped, fall on the ground weird.
Okay, I'm gonna move this on quickly because Joshua Whiteside, that's pretty much
and get him out of there early.
Savage Landry. Definitely going with Joshua Whiteside in this one.
Like Joshua Whiteside
okay.
could be a slow starter.
Joshua Whiteside definitely going to win that one, I would say. No, might be exactly clear cut, but it's a good chance you're going to win it. And that's who I put my money on.
Yeah, I kind of had a good read on that.
Normally, I wait till both fight MMA makes his predictions, but consider I made this video already and I'm doing it again. I'm just want to get through it.
And getting that win. Even he said, it's crazy in here, man. Because he fought a crazy brawler. Now he's fighting who I would label a technician and Harvey, who looks pretty sharp on the pads. And I wasn't really impressed with Joshua Whiteside when I did tape on him last time. He did show heart getting that win, but I think I'm going to bet against him again.
Okay, so at least
fool me once.
At least on this one, we're opposites, which makes it more interesting, okay? So I'm going with Joshua Whiteside in this one. And then looks like both fight MMA is going for Caleb Harvey.
Type of fight. But I like Caleb Harvey here, even though he's got no professional combat experience. Looks like he's been training boxing for a while. He's in a good gym. And looks very athletic. Like I said, high IQ fighter. So I'm going to be taking Caleb Harvey here. Low confidence. This is a tough fight. But I'm going to be taking him on the next fight.
Right. Sorry, I had to grab a forge. I started the page there.
Versus Junior Hicks.
I know who will go for this one here now. Definitely do.
I'm going to be taking Rayvon Baxter here.
Yeah. Same as that.
Taking him high confidence.
I go for him too.
In BKFC, broke his hand in the first round, went to decision. You like to see that. Going to possess a 4-inch reach advantage in this fight. Going to be more of the athletic, quicker fighter in my opinion. Just not impressed on Junior Hicks' side. Maybe his best trait is durability. But I don't like the technique.
Right, we move on to the next one. Listen,
footwork,
check out Pro Fight MMA. He fucking does some serious
Junior
work, lads. I'm telling you, really does. So move on to the next one. My neighbours are having a party here, by the way, so in case you're getting a bit of background noise.
On the Farrell side, 12-1 professional MMA.
What it is, and fair play to we're having the party.
KO out of 12 wins. His one loss coming by knockout, 1-3.
So on this one here, I'm definitely going for.
And he's got a record that you really don't
Anthony Foy on this one.
Fastest loss in BKFC history. 2 seconds. So
I thought Jason Denuncio would have done good against him.
So he's kind of got some making up to do. And
I think Jason Denuncio was going to come back at some stage. You know that?
His fight against Anthony Foy.
Anthony Foy, I'm
Cole Farrell does look solid.
It's in his
boxing, but
he's in the driver's seat at the minute.
He's fought his best win is against a 4-5 opponent, I believe. Like
So let's see who
his-
Pro Fight MMA picks. I think he's going to pick.
on the Foy side with this fight, man, he's proven his durability. He's fought, like I said, high-level BKFC fighters and went the distance. And he's proven to be a problem with his reach
There you
out of the
go.
next fight.
We got
Watch
next
out
fight.
for Farrell, though. This man's got him.
Okay, on this one here, I went with Pro Fight MMA's prediction here, believe it or not. So I went with Prince
Bare
McLean,
Knuckle MMA promotion over
and
there.
he picks the same.
Matchup for him. I'm going to be taking him high level, high confidence.
There you go.
Wouldn't be scared to
We
double
got
up
him in
in some
there, right?
parlays if you can catch him.
So we're matching there on that one. Okay, so this is Bobby Taylor, Angela Hernandez. We all kind of know that Bobby Taylor is probably the guy
He's
that
on the tail end of his career.
is expected to win, but I would like to see Angel Hernandez win, and I would like if Angel Hernandez does win, it's just trying to put a bit more effort into social media, man. I'm telling you, you just need to do that. Unfortunately, okay, might like to have to do it, but unfortunately, in this game, it's like your bread and butter now, you know that, in some ways. Alright, so anyway, I'm betting for putting money on Angel Hernandez in this one.
Here, but
Let's see what
still
Pro
fighting
Fight
high
MMA
level.
says.
Top world tier level boxers, man. Throughout his career, he's not taking any easy layups. Now, Bobby Taylor is a more active fighter coming into this fight, but Angel Hernandez, same fight style as Bobby Taylor, exciting. Always looking for a finish. And this is a tough fight, man, but I'm going to lean with the boxing experience. I think he's just going to have a little bit more tricks to pull out of his hat. Like I said, he's fought world-class level boxers on his resume. You could say he's went through murder's row. And that's what's pointing me on the Angel Hernandez side here.
There you go.
Even though Bobby Taylor
Pro Fight MMA knows what he's talking
is a
about.
great bare
You know what I
knuckle
mean?
fighter, man. He's on the
So
tail end of his career. He is fighting someone in
take
his...
him up on that one. So let's go on to the next one. So
He's used to fighting the taller
Riviera
figures, man.
and Trey Martin,
I think
definitely
Nathan
going
Rivera's
Riviera on
gonna
this one.
prove
Okay, so
extremely-
and obviously I said I did this one already, so I know both Fight MMA picked Nathan Rivera anyway. So Tony Soto, like I say, Tony Soto, I would like Tony Soto to get back up into contention. Like, you know what I mean, build himself back up. I think it's well fit to do it. There's actually decent odds on him at the minute. Because I already put a bet on him for it. And but yeah, I think Tony Soto is going to fucking win this one. Alright, so that's the end of the bets. Alright, listen, check out Pro Fight MMA. Very good channel. Very good channel for the BKFC. Really, really glad that he's on the scene because it helps me out. And thanks so much for watching part of the video. And see you on the other side. We finish it up, okay? Thanks for watching the video. Really appreciate it. We got a busy schedule coming up. We got obviously Nashville coming up. Hammond and Liberty Brawl. That's gonna be fucking awesome, right? And the Italian card. That's gonna be unbelievable. Okay. So thanks so much for watching the video. I really appreciate it. Okay, we see you in the next one. Bare